are going to do the Gemini Weekly Tarotscope. Keep in mind these are general readings, so take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If you find that the reading doesn't resonate, you can always check your moon, rising, or Venus placements, because sometimes those will resonate more. And I do offer personal readings. You can get all that information in the description box. All right, let's just start by pulling some message cards for you. See what's the strongest message that's wanting to come through for you. I feel like there's a lot of like weird chaos around you, but it's almost like it's necessary chaos. It's like when the dust settles, everything will make sense. Yeah, whatever you're dealing with right now, the end result of this is going to be like a much more abundant time for you. You're going to have a lot more like peace of mind in your love life, in your financial world especially. I kind of feel for some of you something within your financial world, something that you're dealing with financially, or something that maybe your partner is dealing with financially, is maybe affecting the connection a little bit, or causing more of a strain on your love life or your relationship. But I do feel that that is shifting. I feel like whatever difficulty you may be going through, especially if you're dealing with some kind of struggle in your relationship, or you're feeling more strapped with money, it's like very temporary. It's very temporary. So don't do anything during this time period that would set you back any further, if that makes sense. Like if you're struggling financially, understand that this is like it's like a very, very temporary period. Like don't go rush and get a loan with like a bunch of interest. Don't attach yourself to something else to fix what you're going through now that's going to add more stress, because this is very temporary. I also feel like if you are in a more, like if you're struggling financially and you're getting some kind of financial help, or somebody's offering you some kind of financial help, be careful that there's not strings attached to it. Be careful even in, like if you're going through like a rough patch in your relationship and you have a friend who's offering advice, like be mindful of where that's coming from. Be mindful of what you're accepting, especially when you're in a lower space, right? When you're struggling, or when you're in a lower vibration, or when you're sad, or when you're frustrated, you don't want to accept too much when you're in that space, because you're likely to accept things that maybe you wouldn't normally accept if you were in a higher space or in a better space. So just be careful of where you're getting guidance from, where you're getting help from, where you're getting make sure there's no strings attached to what's being offered to you this week, because I do feel that but it's like it's a very temporary struggle. It's like a necessary moment of chaos to get you to the space that you are wanting to be in. Don't take this little moment of chaos as all of a sudden everything's falling apart. And don't feel like you have to go to the extreme to hurry up and fix it. I also want to say this, if you are helping somebody, if you're helping somebody in terms of trying to help them gain some sort of stability, if you're trying to help get them a job, if you're helping them with money, if you're just being a support system for them, make sure that they're not getting the wrong impression. And also at the same time, make sure that they're not taking advantage of it. All right, let's see. Let's see what's going on with your energy this week. Make sure you're acknowledging your emotions. Make sure that you're not forgetting about what it is that you really want, the depths of what you really want. There's like a lot of really strong masculine energy, like this rush to get things done, to put up boundaries, to protect what you want, protect what you're trying to manifest. I want to say this. You were given some sort of clarity on something, or given an opening to pursue something that you've wanted. And you went all in, and you're there, and you're ready to go after it. But I don't want to say don't get too cocky, because that's not what it is. But like, don't get too protective of what it is that you want, that you lose sight of the depths of what you wanted to manifest to begin with. Don't get too caught up in the appearance of things, or the end goal of what you're trying to accomplish, that you're not acknowledging like the depths of what it is, that the purpose. I also feel that somebody may be taking your confidence and your strength and your gung-ho attitude the wrong way. Or you might be taking somebody else's confidence the wrong way. It's like there's so much masculine energy being presented. There's so much confidence and purpose and protection being presented, that the feelings are kind of not being acknowledged. And it's important. Yeah, it's important that those are acknowledged too. Like, if you feel that you're in a difficult spot in your relationship, it might be because the person you're connected to is not feeling the love from you, and you might feel that you're doing everything that you can, but you might just have a lot more walls up or protective energy or even confidence than, not that you should lower your confidence, you know. Let's see if we can get more on what's going on. I also feel like too, it's like you've overcome something difficult, you've gotten yourself into a good space, you're on the right path, but before you kind of move forward, just take time to kind of acknowledge and get your feelings and emotions like settled. You've got the King and Queen of Swords here. If you're in a relationship, you both share the same amount of respect for each other. You both have a good mental connection, but you're both very much in your head. You both seem to be very worried about betrayal. You both seem to be communicating very directly with each other. But there's not really a lot of communication in terms of, you know, emotions, any depth. Yeah, it's like you're looking at something, so logically that it's triggering you. Or there might be something, it's like there's so much masculine energy that it's triggering. For some of you, if, like I said, if you're in a connection with another person, it's like there's communication, and it seems like there's good communicate, like, you know, consistent communication. But it's like you're both communicating like protectively or defensively. It's like you're both having conversations and reading too much between the lines, or there's not a emotion backing the conversation. And if it's not about a relationship, it's like you've analyzed something so much that it's like there's been so much thought put into something that there's a million different stories that have been created, a million different assumptions, a million different scenarios, and it's all that needs to be kind of like shut down to the ground. Because there's a new opportunity for inspiration. There's a new opportunity to have some sort of support and backing in moving towards the goal that you want. And in terms of this relationship, I do feel like there's some sort of distance between you and this person, but it seems to be an emotional distance, like an emotional detachment. And it these things kind of need to be cleared away. It's like you need to be able to get out of that mind space. If things are not going, if you and this person don't seem to be gelling this week, it's like, I don't feel like it's for the reason that maybe you think that it is. Don't create assumptions with this. Yeah, it's like your thoughts and your logical perception of this, it's like there's too much focus on who's doing what, who's giving what, who's done what in the past. There's too much focus on the logistics of everything. This is not something that you can logic your way through. This is something that needs to be embraced. And it's almost like take the good and the bad with you, but keep moving forward. Because the bad is not as bad as you think. And if you're in a relationship with somebody and there is physical distance and you're worried that this physical distance is going to be something that prevents this relationship from coming together, it's like, let go of that. Like, when something is meant to be, it will be. The opportunity to connect with this person will be presented to you. If there is emotional distance, if that's what the issue is, to get out of that space, it's like you really have to be able to kind of let go of your thought process on this, let go of all of your assumptions. And I'm not saying, forget anything negative that has happened or anything like that. And I'm not saying that your thought process has created this. I'm not saying that, but it's like you and this person both seem to be in the same mental space. And I feel like it's easier for you to get out of it and shift it to kind of open up for that emotional connection than it is for this person. And regardless, I feel like there's just a lot of masculine energy right now, a lot of triggers coming up, that it's just going to be kind of a lot of just discontent, ungroundedness, chaos, right? But again, it's like, it's all for a purpose. Even if like somebody comes in this week, somebody out of the blue comes in and hurts your feelings out of nowhere, you find yourself freaking bawling your eyes out, right? As weird as it sounds, that is completely meant to be, and that was meant to happen so you could have some sort of emotional release to open yourself up, right? Any little oddity that's happening this week is to your benefit. Try not to overthink it. And I know that's easier said than done. But yeah, let me see any final messages for you. It's like, don't seek the answers in a logical way. Ask your guides to show you the answers. Go by what you're feeling. Don't look at things in a logical way. That came up in somebody else's reading. So if I don't know if it was Sagittarius or Leo, but if you have either one of those placements or you're connecting to either of those signs, you might want to check out that reading. All right, have a good week. Bye-bye.